Hi everyone. Today we are diving into this fascinating world of zero trust. With over 20 years of experience in data management, including master data management, data quality, and data governance, I have seen how crucial it is to secure our digital space. Zero trust is all about never trust, always verify. It means continuously checking every user and device, no matter where they are, to keep our data safe from unauthorized access and breaches. Many of you have asked about zero trust, which is why I'm creating this course. I want to share my knowledge and help you understand how to implement these principles in your own environments. Here today, I will be talking about what is zero trust model, why it is important. I will be helping you in understanding how to build a zero trust model in your organization. I will also help you in understanding how you can improve visibility and embrace security automation. I will also talk about maturity models and how you can justify where your organization is currently residing. And I will also help you in tools to drive your zero trust implementation. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get started on this journey to have a more secure digital future. First of all, what is zero trust model? So as you know, you're having cloud applications and mobile workforce who are working from different locations, though they are connecting to the secure perimeter of your internal network. Employees often are bringing their own devices to the network. They are having mobile devices which are connecting to, they are having the laptops that they are connecting to, and even they are connecting from some different devices which are external to their corporate network. Now, sometimes they might be, requiring these connections because they might be sharing the information and collaborating with their partners and vendors. Now, corporate applications and data are moving from on-premises to hybrid and cloud environments. This is the reality now. We are not having all the data residing within your network. Gone are the days where we can expect that phenomena. Next is when we talk about this perimeter breach, which means that locations are now getting changed. It's not like you're having one physical location which is fully secured. You're having all the content secured within your organization. It now extends, this perimeter extends to host stores. You can access this corporate network or corporate resource using different services from different locations. You interact with corporate resources by bypassing on-premise perimeter based on security models that rely on network firewalls and VPNs. Now, organizations which only rely on on-prem firewalls and VPN lack the visibility, solutions, integrations, and agility to deliver timely end-to-end security coverage because you never know where your users are currently. Today, organizations need a new security model that can more effectively adapt the complexity of the modern environment, embrace the mobile network, mobile workforce, and protect people, devices, and applications wherever they are located. This is the core of zero trust, which means that you can be residing anywhere. I will make sure that whenever you're interacting with your organization or within your systems, that network or the content inside that is always secure. So this is the core of trust. Now, when we talk about zero trust, there are three key things that we will talk about. But before that, let's talk a little bit about this concept that we call as never trust, always verify, which means uh, as if you're having a device or if you're having a credentials to access certain information, or if you're provided privileges to access certain information, um, we should not assume that it is the same person who is having or holding that same device or who is having the same credentials. We should always make sure that someone who is having access to those devices or those credentials and trying to do some malicious activities. That way, we will be able to build a system which is more secure, where data is more, trustworthy. In a zero trust model, every access request is strongly authenticated, authorized within policy constraints, and inspected for anomalies before granting access. For example, if someone is sitting in, Atlanta is trying to access certain information, and it is assumed that he or she might be sitting in and doing the job for the same premises or same organization. But what if that person moves from that Atlanta location to California? Can we give the same accesses, or does it make sense to at least verify, why this person was 2 hours before accessing the information from Atlanta, now accessing the same information from California? One simple example that I wanted to highlight here. Now, guiding principles for zero trust, there are three things that we'll be talking mainly. One is verify explicitly, use least privileged access, and assume breach, which means we are going to minimize the blast radius of breaches and prevent lateral movement by segmenting access by network, user, devices, and application awareness. Verify all sessions are encrypted end to end. Use analytics to get visibility, drive threat detection, and improve defenses. So these things can be leveraged to, these are the guiding principles that can be leveraged to enhance your security. Make sure that nothing within your organizations, which data which is very precious for every organization nowadays, is not going out of your boundaries or not getting used by someone out of your boundary. Now, when you're going to build about zero trust into your organization, this kind of security measure when you're taking, there are six key things that I wanted to highlight, right? First one is the identities, second is the devices, third is the applications, fourth is the data, fifth is the infrastructure, and sixth is the network. I will not go in detail about that. You can read through this. But these are the key components where I want to make sure that my zero trust controls and techniques are implemented, making sure that these are having the proper controls in place. I will enforce that nothing of that sort gets breached, where someone is able to access my data or misuse or maybe misuse the data that is within these parameters of my organization boundary. Now, zero trust across your digital state. If you look at this diagram, which is published by Microsoft, you are having these six things that I talked about, right? You are having the identities, you are having the devices, and they are going to interact with your data, applications, infrastructure, or network. So you can see here, we are trying to put zero trust across the digital state. Okay. I will give a 1 minute, 1 second pause here to quickly look at this diagram and make sure that you're able to understand here. See here, what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you different six components and then different visibility and analysis part that we are putting in place. Classify, label, and encrypt data that you are sharing. Adaptive access for all the apps that you are having. Access and runtime control and threat protection for your network and infrastructure that you are having. And then if you are having the corporate devices or unmanaged devices, make sure that you are having the proper device risk and compliance state, device identity, all those things, implemented. Identities, make sure that someone who is trying to access your network or access your data is having the proper privileges. Uh, Adopt multi-factor authentication, make sure that whoever is accessing that request, that person is someone who he or she claims to be. Okay. Let's go to maturity models. Now, when I'm talking about most of the organizations who are thinking about this zero trust maturity model implementation in their organizations, that's where I was talking a lot about this purview, which comes into picture for our data governance. Um, there were a couple of other components that I was talking about Microsoft, right? So if you look at the current state of your organization, you might be having these three different status. You might be on traditional state, you might be on advanced state, or you might be in the optimal state. So if you look at this, I will not go too much in detail into this, but in traditional, right, you might be having on-prem identity with static rules and some single sign-ons. Limited visibility is available into device compliance or cloud and environments, or flat network infrastructure results in broad risk exposure, right? Similarly, for advanced, you might be having a couple of more policies in place to make sure that your network, your data is secured. And when you talk about optimal, we are making sure that uh, they are having large improvements in the security, which means that no one can access the data which they are not intended to. No one can, do some malicious activities in your network where they're not authorized or allowed to. Now, here are a couple of things that I was able to get from this Microsoft published document. There are traditional, advanced, and optimal stages. And then you can see different six components that I talked about: identities, devices, apps, infrastructure, network, and data. You can pause your video here, and I would request you to go through this content once, because it talks precisely about, in traditional states what you will be able to observe, in advanced states what you will be able to observe, and in the optimal state what status you will be able to see. Now, I have seen lot many organizations who are in this traditional state, or maybe they are targeting to go, or they are in process of moving towards this advanced state, but the goal should be, optimal state. As we know, security is not something which we can as a destination. It is something where we have to continuously keep improving, making sure that our data, our network, our hard work, or the company reputation all are, secured by all these best practices or business or the solutions that we can leverage to get this. Uh, this is it. That's what I wanted to cover in our today's session. Let me know in case you are having any questions on that. Uh, I have like implemented couple of data governance solutions or security or policy related solutions where I have made sure that, there are tools or solutions which can help us, or in fact there are a couple of best practices as well which can help us in achieving this zero trust implementation. So this slide is important for those who are going to go ahead and do the implementation part. These are the common things that I have observed: strong authentication, policy based adaptive access, micro segmentations, automations, intelligence, and AI. This is again one of the good things that is coming into picture now. AI is making, people who are interested in securing their network, their data, their life, both the ways. They're helping in improving it. We are able to find new solutions to the common threats, as well as it increasing the headache, because now people who are having the malicious intentions, they are able to access the same informations faster. Data classification protection, which is a standard practice that we follow in our data governances, where we are able to identify across our organizations where we are having the data residing, and then we can classify and protect. On top of that, we can also monitor how the sensitive data is getting leveraged to minimize the exposure from malicious or accidental exfiltrations. That's it, team. Keep me posted in case of your any other questions. Give me a feedback if you like this content, or if you're having any feedback in the comment section. I will make sure to improve them. Thank you so much for tuning into this video today. Thank you. Bye.